Welcome to ISL Enabled Virtual Lab of CSIR.
So you know more about patients than, let's say, any researcher who is doing their work in isolation. So, you know more about the end consumer, right?
So it was during my MD in clinical microbiology at the Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. I was handed over this MD thesis project, which said we needed to genotype or genetically characterize varicella zoster, which is chicken pox. So a lot of young people have probably heard of chicken pox. It's something that keeps you in bed for 10 days. And so I was given this project to characterize chicken pox strains across India. At that time, the army, so again starting with the need, right, this, I think this has built my brand of science. This experience also made me, one, I recognized I really loved research. I really love to bridge this world between large problems and small problems.
So what was the biggest one for you to transition from being a doctor to training into research?
I think it was about transitioning to research. If I had to put one thing on it, I think I grappled with some of the analysis of the data. Like I could do the experiment. I didn't have trouble if the experiment didn't work. Troubleshooting was kind of my thing because medicine is a pretty hard career. For me, it was really understanding how do I use tools like biostatistics, computational programs, advanced visual representation of data. See, these are things I never learned in medical college or residency. And that's when undergrads, master students, research fellows, collaborators have been my really like my asset, so to speak. So I stopped taking it on that I need to know everything.
Now that you have transitioned from being a clinician to a researcher, what would be your advice to someone, let's say a high schooler, who is at the brink of making a similar kind of transition in their life?
Based on my own learning, suggestions I would give is, one is, you've come this far and it has not been easy. So I grappled with gaining that confidence in my abilities and skills. And this is particularly so when you take big moves, like moving across domains and disciplines and countries and, major life changes. You start to wonder with every rejection that, am I not good enough? Maybe this is not for me. We've come this far. We made a big journey to get here. And, it's a matter of time till we find our feet again. And the second thing I would say is, once you sort of have found your feet and you are enjoying what you're doing now, is just keep staying excited about what you're doing. It's truly a privilege to be able to get up every day and say my job description is to think and execute ideas. Passion alone is not going to pay the electricity bill. Just a job for the money is not going to fulfill all the dreams and ideas that you keep coming up with. So sort of these two worlds can meet. Like in my current role, the research pays the bills, because that's where I draw my salary from. But the questions I ask can be clinical. Right. So while I'm not practicing medicine and I don't see patients every day and write prescriptions every day, I'm still using my knowledge and the ideas that come from my clinical training.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us on this interview. And it's been lovely chatting with you and super inspiring.
So, do you now get why we have cavities?
Yes, our teeth are covered by biofilm, a matrix in which various microbes live. When we eat loads of sugar, the microbes in the biofilm convert the sugars to acids, and this creates an imbalance of microbes. The acids produced are also degrading our tooth enamel, and this causes cavities.
Exactly. We also asked Dr. Kaushik about how scientists study these microbes. And she said that researchers just grow important microbes in petri dishes and feed them food, like, let's say, coffee. Or study the microbial interactions in model organisms like rats.
Yes, and she also spoke about the perks of being a physician scientist, as she can combine the best practices of the two worlds.
But listeners, what we know about biofilms might change over time.
Who knows? One of our listeners might study biofilms and find out something more about them that we never knew before.
So, that's it for today.
If you want to know more about today's scientist, check out their profile. The link is in the show notes.
If you have any questions you want us to explore, shoot them away to indiaaskswhy@gmail.com.
If you would like to talk to us directly, then join the fun on our Telegram group. Again, the link is in the show notes.
For updates on India Asks Why, follow us at India Asks Why on Twitter and at India_Asks Why on Instagram.
Shweta N. Hegde and Ruchi Manglunia are the hosts for the podcast.
Indulekha MS edited this episode.
And Khushi Goyal transcribed it.
And we are funded by India Biosciences Second Outreach Grant.
Until next time, till then, stay tuned and stay curious.